Welcome back to Reddit Reads. Today we'll be looking at r/IDontWorkHereLady, where a man's boss tries to call him into work 8 years after he retired. This is a post by GhostWolf223. Happened last year. A single parent mistake humiliates a recruit for half a year. He still gets ragged on because of this. If anyone asks, he's cool with me sharing the story. Cast: OP, me, NR, new recruit, and RP, recruit's mother. Story. I was in the training grounds in my workout uniform, dry fit shirt with polos on the back and dark blue cargo pants, going to hand a recruit his assignment sheet, and also welcome him to my department. His name is Jackson, and he was selected to join my unit because he showed a lot of potential. Walking into the halls to find him, but bumped into his mother instead. Bear in mind, I wore something the recruits aren't allowed to wear as they aren't considered as cops yet. They still have a chance of being rejected. All parents are informed on the first day what recruits are allowed to wear and what they aren't allowed to wear. This happened 3 months after that day. Conversation ensues. Hey, you! Looking around to make sure she isn't calling someone else. You talking to me? No, I'm talking to the ghost behind you. No crap, I'm talking to you. Can I help you? Yes, tell Jackson I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him too. If I may ask, who are you and how are you allowed back here? Don't give me that tone, young man. I can get you rejected. I know your commander. BS, the commander is in the capital. The people in charge here don't really have ranks, and the only one who could deal with me here is the groundmaster. A personal friend. So, yeah. Whatever, you shouldn't be back here. Now, go back to the waiting area before someone escorts you out with a boot. Why, I never. I'm going to tell your... Mom, stop! What are you doing? I'm trying to teach this recruit some manners. Mom, that's not a recruit. I don't care he's your friend. He was rude to me. Mom, he's not my friend. Then why are you He's my CO. Her face turned to a bright shade of red pretty quickly after she understood what she just did. Oh, you're a new CO. Such a handsome young man. I was just joking about telling the commanding officer. Yeah, you're still in violation of the rules. You're not allowed back here unless you have a guide. Oh yes, I'll just leave now. Officer. Jake. Sergeant Jake. Oh, such handsome name as well. I'm so sorry what she said, sir. I'll gladly accept any punishment. Recruit, no one is in trouble. Unless someone doesn't keep violating the rules. Here's your paper, Jackson. And welcome to the narcotics unit. I'll be your new advising officer if you accept. Yes, sir. When can I start? If you accept, you'll start on Monday. You'll get your gear once you report in your workstation. Dismissed. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. He and his mother walks out and enjoyed their weekend, and the station got a new story to laugh at. Now he is sitting right next to me watching me write this instead of doing his paperwork. His mother comes into the station once in a while, and we still have good relations, and sometimes rag on her as well. All's well and fun. You know this story's gonna stick around the department for a long, long time. They're never gonna forget when Jackson's mom tried to show up the commanding officer. This is a post by Trimblebird. Apparently, this person's had to post on this subreddit a whole bunch of times, so this should be good. The cast. The bird. Me. K. Well, Karen. NC. Nice customer I was helping. MF. Manager, who's my friend. Well, one day I decided to go do some simple shopping, the basic food and such, when I noticed another young woman who was in the store looking very confused, like it was her first time in this store I had been to 100 times. I really don't know where anything is. Can I help you find something? I don't work here, but I know this store really well. She looked at me like I had just saved her life. Yes, please, I can't find them, well, you know, as a fellow woman. I got her meaning and pointed her to the aisle. Just as I was about to go about the rest of my shopping, I heard it. That dread. Excuse me. We all know it. We all love it. That beloved sound that Karens in the wild make. And I roll my eyes, sighing to myself, not again. Excuse me. Can you help me? You took your sweet time with her, and I really need help. I didn't. I only talked to the nice customer for about, maybe a couple of minutes. I'm not an employee, but I can help if you need to find an aisle since I know the store like the back of my hand. No stranger would help someone with something like that unless they were getting paid. I roll my eyes at that because maybe I helped that girl because I'm not a jerk like you, Karen. Now, are you going to help me or not? I need you to go in the back and find more, insert some random hair product here, for me. The look on my face said it all. It was like, really, lady? I just told you. At that point, I noticed a friend of mine who was a manager at the store and waved him over quickly. Yo, MF, can you help this nice Karen? She seems to think I work here, and I really need to finish my shopping. MF walking over. Yeah, sure, no problem. You got mistaken for one of ours again? You gotta stop being so nice, OP. It's gonna get you in trouble one of these days. What? After that, I just walked off and kept shopping, leaving my friend to handle the rest. Apparently, she tried to get me fired despite him saying I didn't work there over and over again. Dang, it really sucks to see genuinely good people getting, yelled at. Props to you, OP, for continuing to be nice, even though this has happened to you before. This is a post by Mary Rose Tudor. Background. This happened many years ago, about 9 years before I was born, and involves my grandfather, who passed away when I was very young. So I only know the story secondhand. A little about my papa. He moved to America from Sicily in 1930, served in World War II, married my Nona, went to college from 1951 to 1955, getting his degree in engineering, getting a job at Exxon. And in between college and working Exxon, he and my Nona had 8 kids, my dad being the youngest, born in 1962. He worked for Exxon from 1958 to 1980. Now, I don't know a whole lot about plants like Exxon, but I do know they run 24/7. Now, picture this. It's Christmas Eve, 1988. The house is filled with 20 people. It's 11 at night. The family's heading out for Christmas Mass. The family comes home around 2 in the morning. My dad and my mom at this point have been married for 3 years and have my older sister who is only a couple of months old. 2 hours after everyone went to bed, my sister starts crying. My dad gets up and takes my sister into the kitchen to warm up her milk. Then the phone rings, making my dad jump out of his skin and makes my sister wail even louder now. He scoops her up. My dad is mentally cursing whoever is calling his father's house on Christmas at 4 a.m. He picks up the phone and answers gruffly. Who is it? Stranger, who is known as Sherry. Hey, this is Sherry Palmer. Is Nick in? My granddad's name. No. My dad hangs up the phone and gives my sister some milk and goes back to bed. It is now 8 in the morning. Most of everyone is up. My aunts and mom are cooking breakfast, and the men are helping and drinking coffee while the older grandkids want to open presents. My sister is happily cooing in my Nona's lap. It's a very quaint picture. Then the phone rings. My grandfather, thinking it's one of his sons calling to say he was on his way. This uncle lived in another state and was coming later in the day. But it was Sherry Palmer, granddad, in a very thick Sicilian accent. Hello, oh, Sherry. Oh, Merry Christmas. It's been too long. Hey, Nick. Joe said he needed you to come in and fix something. So his old boss had retired about 5 years before my granddad did and worked with Joe until he retired. Sherry, you know I haven't worked for Joe since 1980. Is the problem that bad he needs me to come in after 8 years? Well, I tried to call you earlier this morning, but some rude guy said you weren't in. Granddad sighing. That was probably a family member. It is Christmas after all. Is there no one else to fix the problem? Is Joe going to pay me if I come in? Well, one of the computers isn't working again, and he knows you're the only one who can fix it. Sherry, you do realize that it's been 8 years since I've been there. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Look, get someone else to do it. It's Christmas. I want to spend time with my family. He hung up before Sherry could say anything else. The rest of the day went fine, but the next day? Oh, the next day. Most of the family has left, with my parents still lingering until the 28th, since both of my parents still had some time off from work. The phone rang. My mom was in the kitchen and answered it. This time it was Joe. Hello, is Nicholas home today? Hold on, let me get him. She calls my granddad. He takes the phone from my mom. Hello, Joe, I cannot come in. Why? I think you forgot. I am retired! My granddad proceeded to cuss out Joe in Italian and said something about spending time with the grandkids. He was pissed by the end of the phone call. My mom asked him what happened, and he asked if she remembered the phone call that happened on Christmas. Of course, she does. He explains to his former boss, Joe was having computer problems and wanted my grandfather to come in and fix it. Granddad says, in case you have forgotten, I have been retired since 1980, and unless you will pay me and teach the new systems, I will not come. He then said that Joe got all huffy and get rid of his pension if he didn't come in. My granddad just laughed and told him to F off. This guy's been in the military, is an engineer, basically an all-around badass. This dude does not take crap from anybody, including Sherry and Joe. Nice going, Grandpa. That was r/IDontWorkHereLady. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for some more Reddit content.